I hate to start it on low note, Jules, but Paris Saint-Germain traveled to San Siro and lost 2-1. How about that Rafael Leao goal, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Rafael Leao show really was, although Olivier Giroud took a big part in the show as well, in the magic
and
show.
Ruben who swarmed on any MF in a blue uniform.
Outstanding.
Call him the RLC.
Yeah.
He beat up Zaire Emery. Okay, I'm going to stop now.
You're going to stop there. Amazing from Loftus-Cheek, really. To the point that you do wonder, really, why Chelsea let him go when he's that kind of form.
Because he gets injured all the time.
Exactly. He's not enough in that kind of form. But still, he was outstanding. Really disturbing everything that I think PSG had worked on and prepared for this game. Although PSG took the lead and Milan Skriniar going back to Milan with a goal. Well, Loftus-Cheek, by the way, forgot, talking about man marking earlier with Diogo Dalot, forgot him completely. And then after that, Leao was really too much to handle for Hakimi, for PSG, who were not good enough. I don't think there was much, really. Milan deserved to win and they were a better team. But PSG had some chances. Dembele was a problem, I think, as well on his side. But there was not enough from Koulibaly, not enough from Mbappe, and certainly not enough from the PSG midfield overall. From Warren to Vitinha, and Ugarte especially, who was very poor, I thought. Well done, Milan. That really bring them back to...
Are they a little complacent, Paris Saint-Germain here?
I don't know if...
Maybe because of the first leg? Or
I don't know if complacency is... I don't know, maybe you take the lead after 9 minutes and you think, okay, we're going to control this.
Okay,
there was just not enough control.
Yeah.
At all, and that was not good enough.
No, and it was good for Milan, obviously. They're coming off their negative run of results, although I thought the only game where they were really terrible was the Udinese defeat. The other ones...
In Paris, they were not great either.
No. And against... In Paris, no. But Paris Saint-Germain at home are going to be...
They're
always going to be favored over Milan now. So, I love this. I love how tight this group is.
It's going to be great. And sticking with this game, Gabi, Gigio Donnarumma got a very heated reception from his former fans at San Siro. I think we both understand why, but is this ever going to end?
I don't think so. Look... I think this matters to people. You know, I talked before about having respect for fans. I'm not saying he disrespected them. He has every right. It was a certain circumstance. He ran his contract down. The difficulty is, as long as football clubs sell us narratives about homegrown youngsters who make their first debuts at 16 at the captain's armband, I think average fan is never going to understand, like, oh, look, you know, you're not happy with $12 million a year. You want $15 million a year. When you've grown up here, you're the captain, we sing your name and everything. That's a difficult thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I just think you have to accept that, right? And I think he accepts it. I did feel a little... He's getting also a little bald spot on the back of his head.
Yeah, he is.
But he's still really young. That's got to be rough.
I know, but...
I feel a little bit for him.
He can always have like a little hair transplant. You know, a lot of them.
Like Wayne Rooney did?
Well, like a lot of them. We can start naming. I mean, Antonio Conte still is obviously the godfather of hair transplant.
Now, so this group, as we mentioned, is wide open since Borussia Dortmund beat Newcastle 2-0. And we even had a Karim Adeyemi sighting.
We had. It was decent. Although, I mean, I think Julian Brandt really was the outstanding player in that game. Dortmund really bouncing back well from that heavy defeat against Bayern in the league the weekend before. Very disappointing first half for Newcastle for sure, starting with Eddie Howe's team selection. Really? You put Almiron and Gordon on the bench?
I didn't understand. Like I assume they're not fit because it was funny because the watching English media is like, oh, heavily depleted Newcastle. I'm like, okay, fine. You know, no Botman, that's huge. No Tonali, better get used to it. No Isak, I think that's important. But so I assume they had knocks or something.
I don't think so. I think that was just his call, and they came on at halftime, obviously, and the second half was much better. If Joel Linton scored a huge chance that he should really score on the Livramento cross, then he goes to 1-1, and maybe the rest is different. But I think Dortmund were good, and they have that momentum. And now, as you said, everybody can qualify. It's literally 4, 5, 6, and 7 points for those 4 teams. So it's anyone's guess, really, who's going to come through.
Milan against Dortmund at San Siro, end of the month. I will be there.
Yeah, and PSG against Newcastle at home at the Parc des Princes could be a game that see them qualifying as well.